Module 3, Learner-Centered Primary Education, Enhancing Co-Created Learning Processes. This module focuses on the students' active roles in their own learning processes. It looks at how education has changed from traditional teaching, in which the teacher is the main actor in the classroom, towards learner-centered teaching environments, which regard the learner as the essential actor in the classroom. Traditional top-down or teacher-led approaches regard students as empty containers and passive listeners. According to this method, teachers are expected to be authority figures who deposit knowledge into their passive students, just as one deposits money into a bank, ignoring any previous knowledge or experiences they may already have had. This approach is now generally seen as inadequate for preparing future generations. A more modern approach, subject orientation, puts the individual at the center of teaching and learning processes and takes into account previous experiences and concepts resulting from socialization processes. Learners are viewed as individual subjects who interpret their experiences and assign meaning to them, which is fundamental for acquiring knowledge structures and competencies. From this perspective, learning cannot be directly generated and controlled from the outside. However, it can be stimulated and encouraged. The shift towards learner-centered classroom environments means that your role as a teacher is one of a supportive guide or facilitator for your students. In the 21st century classroom, students should be involved in power-with relationships. That is the collaboration and cooperation between you and them, as well as between the students themselves. Life-world-oriented teaching and learning refers to the fact that each student brings their own life experience to the class. These experiences are socially influenced and mark the way we learn and teach. Life-world education focuses on using meaningful student experiences. The student is at the center of the learning process, and you respond to their interests. Learning should be done through direct action as well as productive and creative activities that are relevant to your students' real lives. The learner's world of experience is thus the starting point for all learning. Since a life world-inspired education incorporates the students' social lives and interests, it also equips them with the necessary problem-solving skills. You as a teacher are still responsible for what is happening in the classroom. However, this includes ensuring that your students are active. Knowledge is constructed by the students through interactions with you and between the students themselves. You decide together with your students on activities. You offer multiple sources of information, including technology, and allow multiple answers from your students. Preferred methods of teaching include authentic activities, learning by doing, and learning through productive and creative activities. The learning is not limited to the classroom, and it should prepare students to become lifelong learners. Experiences should be flexible to correspond to students' interests, and the learned skills are necessary for the future lives of students. In Module 3, you will therefore be introduced to how you can focus the teaching and learning process on the students and act as a facilitator in this process. You will see that students develop individually, which makes it necessary to take their life world experiences into account. You will also be presented with possibilities on how to support the development of self-determination, empowerment, and self-efficacy in your students. So, let's begin.